Hi, I am Hilal Alam from ALZEBRA. In this episode, we are going to discuss a strange design catastrophe which doesn't hold the designers nor the maintenance team responsible for the failure. The problem was somewhere outside. The source of the information is a research article published by Jiang titled Lessons Learned from the Bridge Collapse, a view of sustainable management, published in 2020 February. Being a symbol of Heian City in China, the Zijin Bridge was located on the outskirts of the city. It has been operational since 1972 with a life expectancy of 100 years. Constructed across the Jiang River from northwest to southeast to connect the Hezi Road, it was the second river crossing bridge of the city. A beautiful 9-meter wide arch bridge that ran 420 meters across the river suffered a slight dislocation at the west abutment in 2007. Several small cracks in the middle of the bridge raised the alarm that led to the traffic restriction on it. In due course of time, unable to manage the local vehicle congestion, the restriction was lifted in 2011. The traffic volume then continued to increase annually and reached the volume of 7,000 vehicles a day. Meanwhile, the bridge underwent a slight maintenance in 2015. A heavy downpour resulted in a severe flooding at several parts of the city in the month of May and June 2019. Fengshuba Reservoir was discharged and the river turned turbulent. On June 14, 2019, all hell broke loose. 2 hours 12 minutes 19 seconds in the early morning, the first sedan car reached the Pier 3, while the car behind it was at the middle of the span 2. The first plastic deformation began at the span 2 near Pier 2. The deformation occurred at the circled location. The deck near Pier 2 sank slightly. 2 hours 12 minutes 20 seconds. The second plastic deformation started at the end of span 3 before Pier 3. It had become a non-statically indeterminate structure, loosely meaning the structure is stable but unpredictable. At that juncture, the second car reached the middle of the span 3 while the front vehicle was passing the middle of the span 4. The major plastic deformation at the middle of the span 3 due to the vehicle load, and the car started sinking along with the span 3. At 2 hours 12 minutes 22 seconds, the story was not over yet. Next, a new plastic deformation occurred in the middle of span 4 due to the vehicle load, and Pier 3 had no support in the direction of the span 3. In addition to sinking of the middle span, new plastic deformation appeared on both sides of the span 4. The span 4 collapsed along with the car. At 2 hours 12 minutes 23 seconds, the Pier 3 column fell in the direction of span 3, notwithstanding the force from the falling span 4, and eventually crumbled into the water. What caused all this? Lack of maintenance? Yes and no. The major question is, why did the cracks appear in the bridge arches and what caused the bridge collapse? The answer is not the design, not the lack of maintenance. According to the experts, it was not only due to poor maintenance but mainly due to the illegal sand mining. The collapse was triggered by the arch foot of Pier 2 that weakened the Pier 3. The weak Pier 3 initiated the chain reaction that pulled down the spans 3 and 4. The long-term illegal sand extraction might have emptied the river sand downstream of the river, leading to the displacement of piers. As a result, the piers started inclining over a period of time. As shown in the image, the inclination at the right side of the traffic direction and the first crack appeared on the same side that triggered the collapse of the bridge that should have stood proud for the next 50 years. In 2009, Heian Evening News reported that in the Jiang River, there were 10 illegal sand yards with more than 36,000 cubic meters of river sand stored from Jiang. When illegal sand mining was at its most serious, more than 20 sand draggers operated in the river. The moral of the story: the design failures can happen due to the external factors that was not accounted during the design phase. Hence, the design should be insensitive to external noises as far as possible. This is Hilal Alam signing off for now, and see you all next week. Bye bye. Thank you very much.